Alright, YouTube, so we're back, of course, to talk about some Tokyo Game Show 2022, because we do have an update, kind of a follow-up to yesterday's video. So normally when I upload videos, right, I record, edit, and upload the videos, all that kind of later in the day. But yesterday, I took the initiative. I was like, we got a lot of TGS information early in the day. I was like, I'm going to record this video early for once. I'm going to take that initiative, man. But of course, doing that would come back to bite me in the ass, because if I had waited till my usual kind of time frame for when I want to record, edit, and upload, like what we're going to talk about today would have been a part of that video. But I recorded that shit like way earlier in the day and just scheduled to upload like 9 p.m. my time locally. Anyways, the info that we got for TGS is debatably like kind of bigger than what we talked about yesterday, like depending on what it is exactly, because we know for a fact that Final Fantasy 16 and FF7 Rebirth are going to be a part of TGS. But hold on, we don't know exactly what it is. We just know that they're going to be at the event. Now, Square Enix themselves actually shared their TGS lineup on their website, and the list is a little bit different than the one we looked at yesterday from Audrey, which was just the booth list. This has 24 games on it versus the booth list having 19. And that's kind of what we talked about with yesterday's videos, that we didn't know if that booth list was finalized, or if that was going to be the actual showcase list, etc., etc. Now, both lists are pretty much the same, outside of the obvious additional stuff, 16, 7 Rebirth. And there's also like multiple Romancing Saga projects, but also like Imperial Saga. There's also this Voice of Cards game that wasn't on the booth list, and then also 2 different Dragon Quest titles, and these are just the Google Translate version of the titles. I don't know if that's the actual titles. They're also weren't on that list. But clearly we're here because Rebirth is confirmed for this event. Also 16. We're excited for 16. I don't really cover 16 too much on the channel anymore. I don't know if it's like the drought of information or whatever. My hype's fallen off a bit. I'm getting the game. It's a day one purchase. I just don't really talk about it on the channel anymore. But anyways, we're here for this shit. There's a bit of debate in the community of whether or not, what exactly this is going to be. Like, is it going to be an old trailer or a new trailer? Because it's definitely only a trailer. Or rather, we know there's going to be footage. It could be a trailer, it could be gameplay, we don't know exactly. And how we know this is because of these icons that are next to like the game's titles and shit like that. If you look at like this picture of Valkyrie Elysium real quick, if you look in the bottom left, you can see an icon for a controller, a camera, and a microphone. Now, these seem relatively self-explanatory, but just to be sure, we look at the Google Translate version of this page. It says that they stand for Trial Play, Mega Theater, and Studio/Distribution. And I'm assuming that last one, the microphone, is for maybe the devs wanting to talk about their games. That's just kind of a guess right now. I don't think that makes sense. And obviously the controller, the Trial Play, is pretty self-explanatory. People that are there in person can play these games. And when it comes to Mega Theater, I'm assuming that's in reference to this giant screen that the building has, that the venue has, where they're holding Tokyo Game Show. Otherwise, maybe there's an actual like building or theater area within this venue. I'm not entirely sure. God, I don't live in Japan. Either way, it's clearly meant to symbolize that they're going to be showing something for whatever games have this symbol. And when you go to the Final Fantasy 16 section and also the 7 Rebirth section, this is the only icon that they have. So that's how we know that something for sure is going to be shown for these games. We just don't know exactly what that's going to be. The kind of consensus right now, of course, is older trailers, which is most likely going to be the case. But also, like, we got trailers for these games 3 months ago. And in 16's case, we've had multiple trailers already. I don't know why you would wait 3 months and then just showed the same old trailers again. That just seems kind of weird. Especially in 16's case, like, we've had 2 trailers for that game, and those trailers have showed off quite a bit, right? We've seen like a lot of gameplay and stuff, but there's still aspects of the game that we haven't seen, from like more of the combat, but also like traversing the world and like talking to characters and menus and equipment, stuff like that. There's still aspects of 16 we've not seen yet. You got to kind of keep the hype train going, because whenever this event happens mid-September, the game will be sometime around about a year till it's supposed to release, barring any delays, right? So I don't know why they would just reshow an old trailer. Plus, have they ever reshown like the first trailer, the Awakening trailer? Like that came out like late 2020, right? Did they ever show that off again anywhere else? Because I don't recall that being the case. They certainly could have, and I just don't recall it happening. There was a lot of time frame between the first trailer and the second trailer, but we pay attention to most gaming events just in case we ever got news for Remake Part 2, and I just don't recall them reshowing the 16 trailer. But again, they might have done that. So I wouldn't be surprised in 16's case if we actually got something new. I don't know what the trailer would be, the gameplay, etc., but we know that game's coming out within a year, right? And I think Yoshi P did say like a while back, before we got the second trailer, that once they started showing the game again and talking about the game again, that they'd be kind of ramping up towards release. So if they're trying to keep the hype going, you got to show something new, right? Rebirth, however, is where things are a bit interesting, just because I don't entirely know. It has been 3 months since we got the initial trailer. It is only a minute and a half trailer, so it really is more or less a teaser trailer. It's only slightly longer than like the State of Play 2019 teaser that we got for Remake back in the day, right? So it's more or less a teaser trailer. So we haven't even got that full-blown trailer yet when it comes to Rebirth. Just kind of like as a comparison, the first like true full trailer we got after they kind of re-debuted the game, so to speak, in 2019 was the E3 trailer a couple weeks after State of Play, and that trailer's like 4 minutes long, right? So that's kind of what they do with these like remake and like if you look like 16's got like 2 trailers that are long as fuck, right? So that's kind of what they're going to do with Rebirth once they start really showing the game again. I don't know if we're going to get something like that. Like I don't expect a 4-minute trailer already for this game, especially because the game's still like a year and a half away. But of course, I don't write anything off. There's a lot of negativity in the community where it's like every time we talk about an event, people are like, no, there's not going to be anything FF7 Remake project related there, right? People were saying that a lot for the 25th anniversary live stream, but you know what happened? They fucking showed Rebirth, so I don't write anything off ever. Hell, there were people that were saying in the comments of my last video that there wouldn't even be Rebirth at Tokyo Game Show. But look what happened. Before my video could even go live, we found out that the game's going to be there in some capacity. Now, it might not be new shit, but the game's still at the event. And people in the comments of that video and probably this video that are saying that, you know, Rebirth can't be at Tokyo Game Show, they're not going to show anything new there, were probably the same people that saying it wasn't going to be a part of the 25th anniversary live stream. And they were wrong. Now, to be perfectly clear, that's not me telling you that Rebirth is going to have some new shit at this event, because we just don't know. We just know they're going to show something for the game. The likely scenario is the old trailer. I don't know why they would do that. That'd be kind of like a waste of time and effort. I don't know why you just re-show a 3-month-old trailer at that point, because on the day, it's going to be exactly 3 months old. That's pretty much what we needed to talk about, but I do want to throw this in here towards the end of the video as well. There seems to be a bit of conflicting information for exactly when and where what's going to be shown for Square Enix, because with yesterday's video, we looked at this image, and according to this image, Square Enix's set was going to be at 10 p.m. on the 16th local Japan time, all the way till midnight local Japan time. However, on their website in the TGS section, they have a timetable area, and for one, it shows them having shit going on every single day, the 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. However, more specifically, on the 16th, they're showing that at 22, which is 10 p.m. Japan time, they're going to be doing whatever the hell this is. And then up here at 17, which is 5 p.m., that's where they're having the Square Enix trailer lined up. So I'm kind of confused. I actually don't know when and where to be watching this, because 5 p.m. Japan time is going to be like 3 a.m. for me. It's a lot earlier than 8 a.m. So as of right now, I'm not entirely sure when to be tuning in. Should I be watching this at 3 a.m. locally my time or 8 a.m.? Like, there's a big discrepancy there. A lot of hours in between that. I'd rather not get up at 3 a.m. if I don't have to, but if that's when they're showing the trailers, kind of got to. Maybe you guys can clarify that in the comments. Maybe we'll have more clarification going forward. But anyways, dudes, that's the video. The main thing here, it's way longer. I don't know why. My videos keep getting like long as fuck. The main thing here is Rebirth and 16 are gonna be at Tokyo Game Show. Hopefully, it's new shit for those games. What are your thoughts? Either way, dudes, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. We'll say more Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth content, a little bit of 16 content occasionally, but mostly as of right now, kind of gearing up towards Tokyo Game Show content. Turn notifications, follow me on Twitter, @JYT. I have a Discord, links to social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more, and nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Low Gain or leave it like Cobain.